Hey guys, we are taking down some construction walls. My buddy Old Country YouTube was one of the ones that commented a few videos ago when I asked what type of enclosure should we have between our kind of like our main Suyana thoroughway here and the orangutans. And Old Country's like, I think if there's a I think it'd be perfect if you could put some Barbarossas in here, maybe put two or three, have them a little mud pit, and that would be a really cool little transition habitat. And a lot of you guys agreed with Old Country, and I agreed as well. And so that's what we did. And I think it came out really, really fun. And it's also, I think it's one of those cool things where we're like taking lessons from Lost Creek, which if you compare Lost Creek and Suyana, like it's almost like culturally, they're a totally different, it's a totally different vibe. It's a totally different scenario, completely different country. And, but it's interesting to see how we can still make those same design principles and these elements of not necessarily throwing up themed buildings everywhere. It transitions over to this, like I said, totally different opposite sides of the spectrum as far as zoos go. And that principle is working. Those rules are working well here, and it's just it's a very interesting type of dynamic where you can go from such opposites, even if we break it down to different budgets. Like, okay, we know that Suyana is almost, we've always said Suyana is almost, if you would take Animal Kingdom and Universal Studios and gave those, gave them an unlimited budget and told them, let's go build a zoo. That's almost what you would get Suyana as, And that's almost what is just so fun about this build is now we're taking those elements of realism. Obviously, that's kind of it's kind of like my kick recently. Realism with a little twist of S-Dan. And that is what has made this zoo so fun. It's just these different, it's like almost like trying to constrain myself, but also knowing we have an unlimited budget to make this stuff look as cool as we want. Like they are not worried about grant money and donations. This zoo, it was almost just set out to be one of the biggest themed, largest habitat type of projects you could imagine in the real world. And like we said, throw in the unlimited budget, but still, it just comes down to these smaller little habitats. Like these little filler habitats are so fun that they're so polar opposite of what I'm used to doing. And just like the little Barbarossas here, this was a fun little habitat, and it's also fun just to like work with more animals than I've ever worked with. And that just coincides with building more habitats than I ever have, because you guys know I've always fallen back on theming and villages and restaurants and gift shops, and really kind of leaning more into, okay, this is a zoo game. We are supposed to be designing for these animals, and kind of taking that approach has, it's really kind of given me a second wind in this game where what I would have otherwise almost been ready to give it up. Like I'm just not interested in anymore. But taking this path has really psychologically changed everything for me as far as Planet Zoo goes. So anyways, let's jump into the real time. I'll show you our newest little critters here, and I'll show you some advertisements, some directional billboards that I've set up too off camera. So let's jump in and take a look at these guys real quick. All right, guys, here's our newest little enclosure. We have got them in here. They love splashing around in this mud, and they've been exploring all over this thing. I think that was a perfect little suggestion, and I think it just ties in this area really, really cool. If anything, I probably should have made this path maybe just a hair bigger, because this is going to take you back to the rainforest area. So that is kind of skinny for how many people would probably be using that. This is the new little sign, like the directional sign I put up. I did this. I got me like I put in retro tiger poster in Mid-Journey. So an AI created that tiger poster for me. So we've got rainforest, Amani Trail, Tiger Falls, Africa. You guys know all that stuff's out that way, but you might be thinking, what is he talking about? Rainforest. Well, check this out. Remember what we also talked about? The floating mountains are gone. So we are going to turn this whole area. I want to have trees. I'm going to have like big cliffs. This is going to be the rainforest area, and we're going to come up with some animals back in here and do some different enclosures. I'm going to leave Savannah's dwarf caiman exhibit back here just because it ties in back here really, really well. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this. It's a really cool little indoor exhibit she built me probably a year and a half ago, maybe almost 2 years ago. But yeah, the floating mountains, they are officially gone, and this is going to be our rainforest section of the zoo. So, yep, now we've got the Barbaroussa, we've got the orangutans, we've got the rainforest section, and I think that is just going to work out a lot better, kind of than you know, like we said, moving towards more realism. I think that'll work out better. I think it's going to look cooler than kind of what I had. I got rid of my bold Suyana Zoo sign right here, just because even though as awesome as it was, I felt it took up too much space right here where there would be hundreds and hundreds of people coming through. So I found this little like peacock statue silhouette on the workshop, and I thought it just looked a lot cleaner and, you know, would be able to handle the crowds moving through here easier than my big Suyana sign. So we've got Komodo Island is kind of the first thing you come up to. Have not started Elephant Springs yet. Have not moved out over there yet, but I think with our new billboard and the water technique that I'm doing, I think we're going to be able to make that look really, really cool. If you kind of want to miss the crowds kind of going towards the main bridge and out that way, I left this tunnel. So this is like a little side entrance over here to come check out our red little friends. They're making their way across the little rope bridge. And yeah, Suyana is still on and popping. And I think this just looks so much better now. And especially with these little guys, this is like a perfect little filler habitat through here. I've got them plenty of foliage, got them some shade. We've got their mud. If they want to get out in the sun, they can. We've got like some bushes back here they can hide in and just kind of root around and mess around in. That one taking a little rest with the little ear wiggle. Creepy looking guys, but they're fun to design for. And they love their mud. So yeah, you guys have to let me know. I think I'm going to do this more throughout the zoo. Bring in some of that art that I'm having the bot generate for me. And I think that is turning out really freaking cool. And then, of course, you make your way through here. We've got some more gift shops. We've got the Riverside Trading Depot. Really cool, I think, how this bridge came out. And if you make your way kind of toward Bold's Jaguar Cafe and Leaf's Riverwalk, see how I've really opened up this area. And we've got a fountain out here. We've got the Leaf Riverwalk sign. We've got the little tapirs out here. And I just think this is pretty freaking cool the way this is turning out, the way we're kind of shifting this and changing this design. So, but anyways, guys, I'll go ahead and let you go. I just wanted to let you know those construction walls are down. Another project is finished, and the Barbaroussa now have a spot in Suyana. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.